Hi all, yes, Adam Oehlman here, CEO of African Gold. I've been at the helm for the last 12 months through a period of significant growth. A lot of that's through delivery of high-grade resources. Very simple story, just look at the name to sort of figure out what we do. We've got gold in Africa, so if that's what you're interested in, I'll explain why you should be. We've got the story for you. In terms of the high level stuff, we've got 1 million ounces, 2.5 grams per tonne from surface, so very high grade. We're located within trucking distance of 8 million tonnes of processing capacity. We're in Côte d'Ivoire, it's the premier jurisdiction in West Africa. You've got 8 operating mines in country, you've got all the logistics, supply chain, stable government, everything that you need to be able to accelerate your projects at speed. After delivering the resource in June, we announced a substantial drill program of 40,000 metres, which is ongoing. We had some great results yesterday, which I'll touch on. Bit of an arbitrary number. We've got a very low exploration cost. We've got $16 million in cash and liquid assets. Some of those are our topco and sort of major investors' shares, which we're selling this week. So we're really well funded to do a significant amount of drilling at our flagship project. We've got a secondary project, Konahiri, which I won't speak about much today given the time, but we're exploring on multiple fronts in proven greenstone belts. And we've got a really strong board, Evan Cranston, Tolga Kamova, they're sort of household names. Sylvia Botero from Montage Gold, one of our major investors, she is accredited with 16 million ounces of reserve discovery in West Africa, so a massive technical addition to our team. And having the support from a large TSX listed company that's developing a project in country has just so many synergies that benefit us greatly. And we've got a household name strategic that comes along with that, just under sort of substantial at this stage. So this is Côte d'Ivoire. You can see where Didievi is there. It's just outside of Yamoussoukro, which is the political capital. 2 hours, you land in Abidjan, you're on a highway, people are passing you at 140 Ks. It's not dirt roads and sort of sheep tracks. It's established, you've got power, you've got water. MSA labs are half an hour away from our project. We've had assay turnaround times in the 2 days. We use photon assay, so you've got all the latest gear. We're really able to leverage off the existing mines in the region, while given the difficulty to attract capital and where the gold price was, there's so many discoveries to be had, and we're a part of that. In terms of the resource, so this is the 989 kilo ounces that we announced in June at 2.5 grams, very high grade. You can see with lower cutoff grades, it scales to over 1 million, and we're open in all directions. You look at some of the historic hits, 38 at 6.9, 7 at 8.3, even 43 at 4.3. These are outstanding sort of world-class results by any means, and we're open at depth, we're open to the east, we're drilling, we've got 2 diamond rigs there. This is really just the beginning, and that's why we've got a scalable system on our hands here. If you look at it in long section, you can see just the general trend of really high grade results. Some of the ones from the previous program that we kicked off earlier in the year, 17 at 2.5, 65 at 5.6. It just keeps delivering, and you can see it goes all the way to surface. It's structurally controlled and complex, but we're fortunate to have such a low diamond drill cost in country. We do all diamond, we get all the great structural measurements. We've got a great team, and it's just about doing the work. It's not, the gold's there, it's just how much and at what grade. And if you see our recent results yesterday, which I'll touch on, we're proving up something special. But what always amazes me and what sort of drew me into the project is that Blaffo Guetto is just the rock of the tenement. It's the most advanced target that we have. Being a sort of cash poor junior for many years, it was hard to justify any expenditure outside of your main sort of resource zone. But on the tenement, we've got 8 other drill ready targets. And in the last drill campaign, we had significant discoveries on the Poku Trend and at Pranoi to the north. you look at some of the grades there, 15 metres at 1.7 grams, 12 at 4.5. There's companies that have spoken to you at this conference that's they're trading off those sort of intercepts. That's their whole company. That's just gravy for us. That's just additional resources that we'll deliver. They'll add to the overall on tenement ounces. And the current drill program, the 40,000 metres that we have, you can see here we've got the 2 diamond rigs at Blaffo, and then 2 RC rigs arrive in November. And these RC rigs will really do large-scale scout testing at Poku Trend. It's a 9-kilometre long soil anomaly. We've hit 0.5, 110 metres at 0.5, so it's much more of a typical West African system, a lower grade but large, bulk tonnage, potential for a lot of ounces. And of course that's right next to our established sort of high-grade resource. So as the project progresses, you have great blending opportunities to come. We also have targets like Blaffo Guetto far north and northwest, which is sort of 300 and 600 metres away from the existing resource zone. Never been followed up before. We'll get an RC rig on there, move at speed, and Kwasi and Pranoi as well. So there's a lot of work that's going on, 4 rigs, spinning, I guess, basically indefinitely. The results that we just released were done in the wet season, so we can drill all year round. So lots of catalysts upcoming. And these are the results that are out yesterday. So you look, we're really now we're out of that junior, have every hole has to count, let's excite the market stage. We're employing much more of a systematic approach where we're sort of stepping out on that eastern boundary and drilling really regular intervals. And you can see 16 metres at 13 grams, near true thickness. That's world class by any means. And then you follow it down, 10 at 3, 10 at 2.8, 5, and we're still open, we're still going. 100 metre step outs. We're about to target the southwest trend, step further towards the east, head to the north. So I think what we're really proving up with this program is just the consistency and scale of the project. And it's quite exciting, and I don't think there's too many stories that are able to execute the amount of work that we are doing and have the same level of sort of consistent results. And what really ties it all together is that regional context that I mentioned before. So, being trucking distance to Yauri, which is Perseus, Bonacro and Agbao, these are operations that could definitely benefit from a high-grade feed. We think we're a standalone story. We'll have enough ounces given time that would support an economic plant situation. But at the same time, develop an optionality, early access to processing can add a lot of value. And I think, the speed that you can move in Africa is a big part of the attraction. We could be in production if we had a processing solution before you probably get a meeting with a Minister of Mines in Australia. So that's where the advantage are. You can move really quickly. Our major investor got their mining licence in 10 months. We're progressing our environmentals, all the studies and things that feed into your ML application, so we can go at speed if we do find that solution, or even in a standalone scenario. And that is the real opportunity to be able to capitalise on the high gold price and the market sentiment now is definitely worth venturing into Africa. So upcoming catalysts and value drivers, we've got that significant resource, which really proves it's a standalone project. We've kicked off a massive drill campaign. We're just going to keep drilling, adding value. We're doing all the work that will feed into the ML, all the studies, everything that creates value and adds weight behind the project. We've got the secondary front of exploration at Konahiri. Like I mentioned, not many people are able to, materially progress 2 different projects at once. And given the support of our major investor, Montage, and the team that we have in country, we've got multiple fronts of exploration in really fertile greenstone belts. And look, we're always looking to consolidate our land position and really enhance that belt scale opportunity that we have at our existing tenure. Given that we have been in Côte d'Ivoire for a while, We're not a new entrant. The company's been there since 2020. We're well established. We can leverage the existing knowledge that we have to our advantage. And yeah, I think it's just going to be a continued period of growth off the back of the gold price and the discoveries that we continue to unlock. So I kept it nice and short and brief for you guys on the third afternoon, but if you want any more information, feel free to reach out. Always happy. It's ASX, A1G. Thanks.